Hello Gemini, welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Hope you enjoy the reading. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe. So this, I have already shuffled and laid out the cards. I use the 12 houses of the zodiac, and then as the cards are appearing in each house, those are the influences that are coming to bear at this time. What I'm using now is the bottom of the deck, which is the fire element design, as parts of this are actually appearing in just about every house of your chart for this month. So overall energy I would say is fire element desire, and as you can see, it is a fiery card, and this is about initiating, getting things started, taking action, and so on. So the key words I would say with this card for your chart this month is changes are on the way. Look for them to be quick. This is for changing, either going in a completely new direction, or a new direction, or starting a new chapter of some kind. You're in for a wake-up call of some kind. You could also be honesty is going to be really important. You may have to get up front with somebody. So either you are getting up front with somebody, or they are getting up front with you. So you may be giving the truth or receiving the truth in some way. Also stick to your goals that serve you best, and do not give up at this time. So that's a key element of this. Also, this card also brings in strength to deal with the various changes that are coming for you shortly. This is also about gaining clarity. As I said, putting your cards on the table and getting clear about all of that, burning away the old to bring in the new. This card also brings in a lot of creativity, honor, and strength, as I said. Just avoid any sort of arrogance which may come in with this as well. The desire to be right, and to force that agenda. It's also a card of determination, so you're going to need that to initiate the changes that you need to make. And it's also important that you focus on your goals now, and not the past, because you may be sort of saying goodbye to the past in some way. So look at it, see how it served you, but then you must move forward now at this time. Okay, so in the first house we have solar eclipse revolution. So this is a change card coming in for you. Changes on the way. They're going to be quick. They may be unexpected as well, or they may be sudden. All right. So this could have been something that you were sort of aware about, but you didn't have all the elements together. You didn't have a full understanding, and now suddenly here it is. The first house is the house of the self, your personal appearance, how you appear to others, what you project to others as well. It's also your physical body, and your characteristics and your personality, what other people see, and it's all your own personal interests. And it's also your daily independence, your, how you're making way in the world every day, and your general demeanor and what you're giving out, on a daily basis. Your life force as well. It's your vitality, your energy levels, and so on. So now, changes on the way. As I said, this card brings in endings and beginnings of all kinds. So it could just be closing one chapter and opening another, but it's a new direction or a new chapter. You could be forced into some kind of decision right now as well, and it's best that you make that decision, take an informed decision, do everything you can to push it forward. Don't sit on it, because otherwise it will be made for you. You're going to be feeling out of your comfort zone for a little while these changes are occurring. So it's like the familiar falls away, and you have to rearrange things, and you have to move into a new space. You may also be required to fix or change something, which will create much better for you. This card is also about breaking old patterns or routines which need to be shifted at this time. In the second house we have Uranus Genius. So This is your house of income, the money that's coming in for you, and it's also your house of self-worth and your value systems. So this is what you value in others, what you value in yourself, and it's all also about possessions, what you own, ownership of all kinds, and that can be property, real estate, vehicles, any form of ownership comes into the second house. So with Uranus coming in, this is an unexpected shift or change coming in for you. That is what Uranus is all about. So it's going to be swift, fast-moving energy. It could also just be a sudden inspiration or a sudden realization coming for you, which will be a wake-up call. So it could be a surprising event, which then creates the wake-up call. It could also be that you're receiving flashes of the future in some way, because Uranus can do that. It can open the mind to receive information, downloads like that. So you could be getting insights about possible ventures in the future, or where to put your money, how to make use of your money, or just intuitive flashes in general. This card also brings in technology and electronics, so you can expect to be in some form of upgrade, or any kind of technology that you own, or any kind of electronics that you own, or how you're using it, in this house. You can expect an upgrade or new. So you could be mastering new technology of some kind, because Uranus always brings that in. It is the planet that rules futuristic technology, and any kind of upgrade for you. So going from what you have currently to something better and faster, or just newer. Then in the third house, we have Saturn Truth. So third house is your house of communication, all forms, written, verbal, body language, and it also covers all documents and contracts, or anything like that. The communication can be on a grander scale, so it can be to the public, it can also be to personal people, or in your work environment. However you're communicating, it's your form of expression. And it can also be to specific family members. So that's aunts, uncles, cousins, siblings, relatives in general, and it can also be for neighbors. All right. So with this card coming in, as I said, you could be having to be really honest with yourself, but also with others about what you're trying to do at this time. So you could be dishing out or receiving the truth in some way. So it's facing what needs to be faced. This is that kind of a card. There's a no-nonsense card to this. It's a make it or break it card. If you're finding that you're having to, sort of cut back on certain things that you're wanting to do, you may have to be quite disciplined about it. You may be involved in streamlining of some kind, or rearranging how you communicate, or perhaps just getting back to basics on that. What is working for you? This card is also about sticking to your goals that serve you best, and not giving up on those at this time. It's about applying wisdom, maturity, and responsibility to all that you say and do. And it's about releasing what is not working or helping you at this time. You may also be coming across as a sort of stern or business-like at this time. You're also going to be required to be quite patient, because this is a slow-moving energy. So communication tends to be fast and so on, but you may just find that there's a bit of a deliberance going on. So deliberate, careful, measured responses at this time. You could also be having an authority figure or a mentor communicating with you directly about something. That's your interactions with them as well. They may be coming in for you in the third house. Then in the fourth house, we have Chiron healing. So your fourth house is your house of home, the people in your home, the atmosphere in your home, and it's, your physical home as well. It's also about your relationship with your family, your foundation, your roots, your ethnic identity, your ancestry, and so on. So however that plays out for you, it's your relationship with them and that whole platform. So with Chiron healing coming in, this is saying that healing is required before you can move forward at this time in this house. So this, as I said, could be your relationship with your family and your roots, your foundation, your ethnic identity, or your ancestry. You may have old wounds, emotional wounds attached to that. It could also just be your relationship with the people in your home. Perhaps there are issues coming up now. This card can sometimes bring up repeated old wounds, whether they're emotional or physical, things that keep coming up on a cyclical basis, and that's because they haven't really been dealt with adequately. So what this card is encouraging you to do is to actually find healing first before you can move forward. So those old wounds or those old experiences that are repeating, or you're being reminded about certain things, it involves quite a bit of contemplation. What it will require is for you to actually examine, pull those old wounds or experiences, as I say, into your mind again, into your experience, bring them up, bring them into the light, and actually examine them and see what part they have actually played in your life, what has been their purpose in your life, what it is that came to light around that. Once you acknowledge the purpose of those experiences or those old wounds, once you acknowledge the purpose that's formed in your life, then you can bring it into the light, you can accept it, and then you can release it, and then that brings about the healing. It could also be on a sort of a practical level with your house. You could be involved in renovation of some kind. Perhaps you're wanting to transform your home in some way, and there is renovation required before you can move forward. It could also be that within your home environment, you perhaps just need to spend a bit of time in the garden, or in nature, if you're living in a place which is surrounded by nature, because this card is very strongly leaning towards that, so that will help you in some way. Just to come to terms with things, or to help you with that contemplation which you need to do. But also on a practical scale, this card can also bring in exposure to all forms of home remedies, all natural therapies and healing, all sort of health aspects as well. So natural therapies, healing, home remedies, anything to do with that, anything to do with alternative health. It could be that you're involved in publishing with that, or perhaps you're thinking about writing a book, or you're wanting to gather information to put together to publish. That may come in for you in your home environment. You could also be learning and teaching. Perhaps you have people around your home where you teach them about certain aspects of these natural therapies or home remedies and so on. So learning and teaching may come in for you. Perhaps you have a home business where you create these natural therapies, or you have a homeopathy practice at home, or you practice chiropractic and so on. So all of that may come in for you, may want to start that from your home. All of that comes in under this card. Just be careful also if you are doing renovations or any kind of upgrade in your home, or just changing things a little bit. Just be careful of accidents in general, because something unexpected could occur, and that may entail a visit to a health facility of some kind. Then in the fifth house, we have Virgo, I analyze. Your fifth house is your house of your creativity, your personal creativity. It's also the house of love affairs. It's the house of your children, or children that you're associated with at this time, or the conception of children. It's also the house of fun and pleasurable activities of all kinds. Okay, so that could be any kind of activity which you are having fun and you're enjoying. So with Virgo, I analyze coming in, it could very well be that this is perhaps more focused on your children, or children that you're associated with, or it could be to do with activities that you're currently involved in. But this card has this energy has a very strong service ethic to others, or service work to others attached to it. So you could be involved in that in some way, or perhaps you are helping your children in some way, or you could be doing an activity which is involving that. So it's the helping professions, and natural health, diet, nutrition, all of that comes in with this card. So you could be interested in activities, or being involved in activities, or perhaps your children are involved and you're helping them out, or you are bringing this in for your children. So it's exposure to all of that, health, diet, nutrition, and also helping professions and service work to others. Writing may also come in, and this is where your creative side comes in as well. Writing may be indicated. But whatever it is, this card always brings in sort of exposure to detail, precision, analysis, streamlining, so weighing things up, the pros and the cons. It's also, it may be that a business may be started at some point. You may be wanting to start a business and therefore numbers and figures are involved. It could also be that you are called upon to bring in helpful and useful or constructive advice, and just be generally reliable at this time for those nearest to you or in the projects that you're busily involved in, or it could even be in a love affair. But Virgo is like that. It's all about details, precision, and being helpful, but also reliable. You want to avoid the opposite side of that, which is criticism, nitpicking, excessive worry, and overthinking. Okay, you don't want to bring that in and dish that out to your children or to, into other people in your environment. You want to turn that around and bring in helpful and constructive advice if that is what is required of you at this time. Then in the 6th house, we have the water element sensing. 6th house is your house of work, your workplace, your work colleagues, and your day-to-day routines around that. It's also mastery of your craft. It's also the house of health and diet, nutrition, lifestyle, all of those aspects. It's also the house of pets. So with water element sensing coming in this house, what it is asking you to just avoid drama at this time. Maintain your boundaries, keep your boundaries strong, but just let matters flow at this time. You don't want to avoid or give up on your goals, but you just need to let matters flow at this time. Just go with your feelings, feel things out, weigh things up, and see how you want to go about it. This may not be a time of intense action in this particular arena. This card has more of a rest or a pause energy about it. So this is a time to, just take time every so often to retreat or withdraw, to rest, to plan what you want to do when the energies shift and it's now time to take action in this house. You may just find that you also want to work alone or work in privacy right now. And that's very helpful for you. This card also brings in access to your imagination and your artistic side. So that's painting, poetry, music, playful activities. All forms of creativity are highly indicated with this card. So you may have a heightened sense of that at this time in this house. But in most cases, certainly with your health and lifestyle, you may just have low energy at this time and not really be wanting to put too much energy into things right now. You're also going to be feeling quite sensitive in this house. So it's a time of taking periodic breaks just to retreat and to reformulate how you're moving forward and just to let the energies flow right now. Okay, Gemini, I hope you enjoyed that. Please don't forget to like and share or like and subscribe. Have a good month and take care, and I will see you next time.